I'm so excited. Happy Onam to all our followers out there. And I'm excited today because I'm introducing to you my senior most nutritionist who's going to talk about the Onam Sadya. But before we get started, Suhasini, what's Onam to you?
Onam, Ryan, is one festival which is not as per religion, but it's one festival where all the people in Kerala come together to welcome King Mahabali on his 10 days back from his heavenly abode. And the people come together to celebrate not just with flowers and boat races, but it's also the time of harvest where people thank nature for its abundance that they get to share with their loved ones.
And my mouth is watering because the star of the show is the Onam Sadya, a feast fit for a king. So Suhasini, let's go and get some eating
Absolutely.
done. So Suhasini, today let's talk about the star of today's show, the Onam Sadya. And now this is a feast for a king. It's really massive. And it's the banana leaf.
So that's the highlight. So banana leaf, back in the day, you would have it behind everybody's house. And beyond that, if you look at it scientifically, banana leaf has its antioxidants and polyphenols. And the moment you put hot food on it, you get those benefits of it with the food that you're eating. So right from there is where this entire sadhya is such a nourishing meal.
And it's so amazing, when you look at people pouring water on it and then cleaning it, I genuinely believe that the water is the bridge between the banana leaf's polyphenols and the hot food that's touching it.
Absolutely.
And somehow the nutrition comes into your plate.
Absolutely, yes. So to begin with, we always add a little bit of salt in the corner of the plate because salt represents in a lot of cultures purity, and so we always begin with a little bit of salt on the side.
Also, salt for us is sodium chloride as nutritionist, and we know that the human body requires salt to survive. And I guess when you're serving a feast for a king and it has 25 dishes in it, you need a little bit of salt for flavor.
Absolutely, yes. Almost everything on the leaf that you see is full of nutrition. So for a little bit of salt, you've got the fried banana chips. The same, you've got a little bit of sweet. This is called sakara operi, which has same banana but coated with jaggery. You've got all of these different pickles, which of course add to the natural probiotic. You've got the inji puli, which personally is my favorite. That's ginger and tamarind with some spices, and that acts as an amazing, brilliant digestive aid at the end of the sumptuous meal. Now for the vegetables, there are different. One, this is the avial, my favorite again. So the avial has different vegetables. You can add many. It's with coconut, yogurt, and some green chili. So there's your coconut to give you the fat, the yogurt to give you the probiotic. Then you've got your torans. So torans can be made with different vegetables, beans, cabbage. It has a little bit of dash of coconut with spices. This is the kutta curry, which is usually a starchy vegetable, which is either a raw banana or you can even take your yam. It's mixed with black chana, so you've got your protein there, and coconut of course, and spices. You've got the pineapple pachadi, which is yum. So the pineapple pachadi is pineapple with a yogurt base and spices again, so amazing flavor bomb in your mouth. This is your olen. The olen's a mix of a cowpea or a lentil of sorts, and it's got yogurt again as a base. This is a little bland, so while all flavors add, this is a bland part of it. You've got your beetroot pachadi over here, and here is your more curry. This is like a gourd vegetable with yogurt base again. Rice with ghee, dal. Now you've got your sambar, which is a lentil curry with vegetables. Your rasam, which is a diluted tamarind with spices and simmered for a long time. And of course, before we get to the sweets, we've got your papadam, which is again actually lentil. This is made with your black gram flour. So that's again balancing it out for you. So you've got your different types of paisam. So one, this is a dal based paisam. So this is Parippu paisam. You've got your semia paisam, which is your vermicelli. And this is quite the specialty. It's called the Adapradamam. And this is also a rice based. And the thing is, all of these are cooked with a coconut milk base. Of course, to end it all, you've got buttermilk, which will make you feel like you've had a good meal and adds to the probiotic benefit. Mostly, we end a meal also with a little banana, which is like a little sweet towards the end and also a good digestive. So if you look at the Onam Sadhya, it's filled with vegetables that is grown natively in Kerala with a lot of coconut milk and all your spices. And though our ancestors wouldn't have probably thought of the scientific part, or maybe they did, they were quite wise, they have this entire, what I call a nice party in your mouth, because you've got sweet, you've got savory, you've got the inji puli, this amazing little sourness at the end, you've got crisps, you've got everything. And the whole thing about the Onam Sadhya is just about eating it smart.
You know, Suhasini, my mouth cannot stop watering as you were speaking. Now, as a nutritionist and you're a dietitian, you're giving me the stamp of approval. What I believe is that we could be looking at maybe portion controlling the rice,
Absolutely.
maybe not asking for a second or third serving, because all of us are trying to control our waistlines today. And you mentioned a few of the pickles that were there, and I realized that the ginger and the tamarind were digestives.
Yes.
Ginger is a natural fat burner. I love the fact that you said something was bland there. So people who can't stand a lot of spice like me, it kind of washes your palate. And just overall, it's really amazing. I think a word of caution, if I were to go back in time and sit down with King Mahabali and say that, hey, you know what, I'd like to be your nutritionist. Maybe I do portion control on the jaggery. I do portion control on my ghee and my payasams, which are looking so tempting. Am I right? Are these made in coconut milk?
Yes. Traditionally, they're all made in coconut milk.
So for a vegan person like me, that's like not going to create my nose blockage. So I would say that after this, I'd be ready to run a marathon. Hey guys, here are my quick tips to enjoy this Onam Sadhya. Now, you should enjoy this meal. People ask me about putting artificial sweeteners in the desserts in the Onam Sadhya. You do this once a year. Enjoy yourself. Portion control is my first tip to you.
I would add on that when I serve the Onam Sadhya for myself, I make sure I take the rice once, split it into 3 for the rasam, the sambar, the curry, and enjoy it with the different vegetables. And that way you actually don't end up feeling like you filled yourself too much. You actually feel quite good at the end of it.
Speaking of portion control from Suhasini, I would take that doing the buttermilk before you start the meal helps to fill up your stomach. It's a digestive too with its spices. But if you want to eat lesser, I'd have 2 glasses of buttermilk, which will kind of crowd out your stomach space and cause you to serve a little bit lesser or eat a little bit lesser.
Yes, definitely that's something that can be done if people want to start with a little bit of portion.
My final tip to all of you is the pickles are delicious and sumptuous, but you could easily overdo pickles because of oils. So keep it down to a teaspoon when you're eating. And a final point is a lot of the jaggery that could be used is a high sugar content. So post this Onam Sadhya, a non-food tip. Go walking with your loved ones for a long walk and reminisce about the thankful gratitude that you have for a wonderful year that you had last year and a great year that's coming ahead. So I think we should go dancing for the boat race after this. So let's dig in now.
Yes, absolutely.